Right, everybody. If we could just take a seat wherever you are now, please. Parents, we've made a little change. If you don't have a seat downstairs, there are a few seats upstairs we've made available now by shifting things around. We have the wonderful, wonderful luxury of having so many people in the theatre tonight. We've been overwhelmed by the amount of people turning up. This is the biggest crowd I've seen turn up for a middle school concert, so much so that we are shifting these students from going up into the balcony like we were originally going to do, and we're going to put them back in their classrooms so there's enough room for all the parents in here. So first of all, I want to start this evening by saying thank you so much for your support of music at ISM. We are super proud to have such a wonderfully big audience to celebrate our students. Can we put our hands together for the students that are on the stage here? Just with so many people in the space, just want to mention that please, if you could hold off until the intermission to leave, that just makes everything comfortable for everybody. We're going to have a very short little intermission once we get to when you see the strings and choir combined number at the end of 5/6, we will have a little intermission so those people who have just got students then and aren't perhaps staying for the rest have a little time to nip out before we move on with the program. So just keep that in mind rather than getting up in the middle of the program. Please wait till then if you possibly can. The other thing is, with so many people in the space, we would love you to put those phones away and not record. The light disturbance from the phone, when you pick up a phone and you disturb for everybody behind you, and we have our wonderful videographers already in the booth. We have our 3 videographers up there ready to make a great video for you and put it out anyway. So please, you don't need to do that. Sit back and enjoy the wonderful power of live music. As you leave, whether you leave at intermission or you leave afterwards, please take your time to also appreciate the middle school art show that's currently out there. There is a mix of middle school and high school work. The middle school work is towards the entrance as you come in, so please take the time to appreciate our artists because that will be coming down soon as well. So, this has been a lot of learning. And it's really, really wonderful to see these grade 5 students sitting here feeling so proud and so confident. I had a little chat with them just before, and some of them, I asked them what were they most proud of about what they've been working on since you would have seen them in November. And the answers were actually amazingly eloquent. They were talking about their breath work. They were talking about the rhythm and the amount of notes they could play. They were talking in a musical language that showed that the growth that they've made across from November to this point is outstanding as it is. So I'm really, really proud of everybody who's going to open the show for us today because they are very, very proud of themselves. I'm going to give you some more musical understanding. I'm going to introduce you to the middle school, high school program leader for music to talk to you about this. But thanks again for being a wonderful audience and supporting the arts at ISM. We were truly blessed to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you, magandang hapon. Welcome, and as Mrs. Hillman said, we are very excited to share the learning of the students with you this evening. If you were here in November, hopefully you will be pleasantly surprised and very impressed at the leaps and bounds that our students have made. Perhaps you might have had a preview of that in your own homes as you've heard your child practicing, and maybe you don't have to wear the earplugs quite so often now, right? We hope. It's okay, you can laugh. All right. Anyway. Now they get it. I'm proud of you. We do have to say, especially for the people in the balcony, we are going to have some students be leaving at least, so please keep the doorways clear for that. And I invite you to really just sit back and listen. Silence is the canvas that we paint music on, and the silences just much as blank spots in a canvas, the silences are as important as the music. And if you can just be in the moment and feel what the music is telling you, I think that you will have a wonderful performance. And hopefully leave feeling a little bit refreshed. So without further ado, I give you Miss Rachel Dudley and the grade 5 beginning band, 5 and 6.
Hi. Okay, so I'm Miss Dudley, and the group that you saw before was the beginning band. And I just want to say that I'm so proud of them. I think that they're watching the live stream right backstage right now, so I hope they hear this. That maybe if you ask them, they're going to say, oh, the ending didn't go quite as planned, and that's okay, because it was a learning experience. And so I'm so proud of them. I think they did a fantastic job. So if you have a beginning band student, let's hear it for them. They have come so far, and I told them before, the music that we played was quite a challenge for their level. So I'm so proud of them, and the work that they've done on that has been incredible. This group that you see before me right now is the intermediate band. So these students are about, most of them in their end of their first year or second year of playing. And they have 2 songs for you tonight, and I know that they're going to do well too. So I hope you enjoy the intermediate band.
This was our wonderful grade 5 choir that you just saw. Some of them have been in chorus all year, and some of them have just been in the chorus from January. And you would have heard both 2-part harmony, and at the end there, some 3-part harmony. So they have come quite a long ways. And let's just give them one more round of applause. I would like to now welcome grade 6 choir onto the stage. And similar to the grade 5s, this is a year-long course, or it is a semester-long course. So there are students here who have been singing in chorus since August, and there's students who have joined us just in January. And so you are going to hear some similar harmonies from them, and maybe a little bit more complex music. So please enjoy the grade 6 choir.
Good evening, everyone. Now, I'm Pamela Ariado, the Middle School Strings Director, and I work with the High School and Middle School Strings Director, Mr. Hoya, and our Assistant Strings Director, Miss Aida Magsumbol. Now, the next group is our beginning strings, and they'll play a tune that you probably won't be able to get out of your head, Chicken Dance. Now, believe it or not, it was written in the 1950s by a Swiss accordionist and was actually called the Duck Dance. Now, somewhere along the way, it waddled into the US, picked up some flapping choreography, and took flight as the chicken dance we all know today. So, sit back, enjoy, and try not to dance in your seat unless you really want to. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our beginning strings. Thank you. Now, it's probably obvious what's going to be our next piece. By the way, I have a lot of sponsors giving me a lot of hats for today's concert. But anyway, moving on. The next group is our intermediate strings who will now set sail into the seas of Pirates of the Caribbean at the world's end. Now, this music was written by legendary composer Hans Zimmer, who's also an Academy Award winner for the music Lion King and the brilliant mind behind the music of Inception. Now, in the middle of the sea of these intermediate strings, you will also spot some of our brave and talented beginning string students who took on the challenge to learn this piece just to be able to join this group. May I request our beginning strings to please stand up and be recognized on the stage. We are also privileged and grateful to have the opportunity to collaborate time and again with our incredibly talented parent musician, Mrs. Sohi. So, get ready to enjoy this adventure with our intermediate strings because, as Jack Sparrow might say, not all treasure is silver or gold. Sometimes it's music. Please enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean at the World's End. Thank you.
So we have a nice combined piece for you to close off the first half. And it acts as a bridge into the second half. The first half was all of our grade 5 and our grade 6 groups. And then the second half is our grade 7 and our grade 8 groups. So in front of you, you have the approximately 90 members of the choir from grades 5 all the way through grade 8. We have a song for you called Be Who You Are. And the lyrics were written by a teacher, and they were written for her students. And she says, "This song was written for my students, for children everywhere, and for the child in each of us, with the sincere hope that we can be reminded to experience love and joy and to embrace life without holding back." And when we came across this amazing piece, I went to Miss Arietta and I said, surely we can have the strings to even give more life and exuberance to this piece. And so she graciously brought in her intermediate strings and wrote an accompaniment for the strings as well. So we hope you enjoy Be Who You Are. At the close of that, we will be having a brief intermission. I would ask that you allow these choir students to go out that door first. All right? Thank you. Thank you very much. It is 6:30. We will see you back here at 6:39 for the grade 7-8 portion. Parents, if you are meeting your child, please wait in the hallway outside and they will come out to you, okay? Thank you.
As our cellists come on and fill the stage, they're just waiting backstage. They're just coming in now. They'll come in and settle and then we'll begin the performance. If you weren't here before, thank you so much for coming tonight to International School Manila for the middle school finale concert. It's an amazing experience. We just had a record of about, by the end of it was nearing 800 people here just before for the first section. So that's a pretty amazing effort to come out for the evening to celebrate arts at ISM. What we're going to be doing now is kicking off straight into the program. If you haven't got a copy of the program, please do check out the QR codes as you walk out. They're on all the green music stands as you walk out. You can take a copy there and download the PDF to keep it on your files. Also, please admire the artwork. If you weren't here before, I mentioned that there is middle school artwork as you walk out towards the front of the foyer. We would love you to appreciate as well. So we have found our musicians, so we are definitely ready to get going then. I'm going to leave you in the company of Miss Pam, our wonderful middle school strings teacher, to introduce the music. Miss Pam, please come out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marsha. Hello, everyone. Now, our AMI Strings would like to welcome you all to the second half of our program. I would just like to share with you that working with this group feels more like a celebration than a task. And it's because of the way they work together. They are funny, yet so focused, so committed, so connected, and it's something rare. It's been an absolute honor to guide this group, and tonight it's bittersweet as we get to share the stage one last time. Now, these AMI students represented ISM at the AMI Asian Middle School Honor Orchestra Festival in Beijing last February, and one of their favorite pieces from that experience is Fireflight by Chris Pilsner. Now, Fireflight is inspired by a phoenix rising from the ashes and the composer's own journey of resilience, which these students resonated with deeply. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our AMI Strings. Up next is our 7 and 8 strings, a group that is truly special in so many ways. We have our 8th grade students. May I request our 8th graders to please stand up. Now, the students are performing for the final time as a middle school strings musician, and while I will certainly miss them, I'm also looking forward to see their continued growth in high school. Thank you so much, 8th graders. We also have our 7th grade students. Now, this strong group is already stepping into the leadership roles, showing readiness to carry the program forward. Thank you so much, 7th graders. And of course, joining us are some of our promising intermediate strings. Please stand up. From 5th grade and 6th grade, who rose to the challenge, proving just how far dedication and hard work can take you. Thank you so much. Now, this group will perform Palladio by Carl Jenkins, a piece that is inspired by a Renaissance architect, Andrea Palladio. Now, Andrea Palladio is known for his perfect symmetry and elegant proportion, and Carl Jenkins, the composer, took these architectural ideas and shaped it into the music that is rhythmic and strikingly structured. You might recognize the melody of this piece from a diamond advertisement or an airline commercials. But tonight, our 7 and 8 strings will perform Palladio not as an advertisement, but as a statement. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our 7 and 8 strings. Thank you.
So we welcome the grade 7 and 8 singers back onto the stage, and we have 3 songs to sing for you tonight. The first song is a famous poem by Rudyard Kipling. The poem is If you can keep your wits when all about you are losing theirs, and so on and so on and so on. And it's hold on, is what they're saying, is hold on to yourself. The next song is it's an Argentinian folk song, and it is about grinding corn. And you'll see a photo about what we're actually trying to imitate. And when I was looking for the photo, I realized that this practice of a mortar and pestle to grind grains is actually worldwide. I saw photos from every continent except Australia, Oceania, and I'm sure it's just because I wasn't looking hard enough. So this is a universal job to grind corn and other grains to make food. And then the last song is, you may have heard it, it's by John Baptiste and Pentatonics, and it's called Sweet. And we have Mr. EJ to play the drums for us for that. And while I have the microphone, I would like to acknowledge Mrs. Whitehead, who is our amazing collaborative pianist. She's been doing a great job all night, and she makes us sound good. One last thing, there are 40 students behind me, and you'll notice that 3 of them are baritones. And we always kind of have this unbalance, shall we say, in choir, but you will see we feature our guys, and we're very proud of the work they do. So enjoy.
If you can make one heap of all your winnings, under my feet. And I'm high on living this life I've been given. 'Cause I got you. And it's a feeling in my body. And it's a fever in my soul. Happiness flowing all inside me. From my head to my toes. And life is sweet, 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 sweet. 'Cause I got you. Life is sweet. You can't get me down. 7,000 feet off the ground. All you haters, see you later. I got no time for you now. Too busy soaking in the good vibes. My heart is bursting at the seams. 'Cause for the first time in a long time, I know what happiness means. And life is sweet, 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 sweet. 'Cause I got you. Life is sweet, so sweet. 'Cause you put sugar on it. 'Cause I got you. Thunder in front of drama. Sitting here up on top of the world.
It's a feeling in my body.
And it's a fever in my soul. Happiness flowing all inside me. From my head to my toes. Sweet, 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 sweet. 'Cause I got you. Life is sweet. Ha!
Okay, hello again. So I'm back with you, Miss Dudley, who's teaching band. These students are part of the Virtuosity band, which is a group of sort of teacher-selected students that have been working extra this year on some more challenging music in some different contexts. They're going to play one piece for you, and they work really hard, and so I know they're going to be fantastic. The piece that they're going to play is called Hopak. It is a traditional Ukrainian dance. It's quite upbeat and lively, so I think it'll be exciting to hear. And in the middle section, there is sort of a showy, boisterous kind of trombone solo, trombone feature. So our student Thomas Young is going to play that on trombone. So listen for that in the center, in the middle of the piece. And I hope you enjoy it.
I have the privilege to introduce you guys the top band of middle school. This is the 7-8 Advanced Band. For our first number for tonight, it's entitled Finale from the Fire Suite Ballet. This one kind of reflects what Stakovich kind of like composed, defeating the immortal ogre that cannot be defeated until this firebird came along. So our class represents that kind of like a fire in our playing. So I hope that you would like and enjoy the piece that we're playing for you guys.
Okay, so this is our very last number for you tonight. And so it's a song called Squirrel Chase, and it's just fun. So we're gonna end the concert on a very fun, lighthearted note, and I'm gonna take this opportunity now to say good night. Thank you so much for coming, and let's hear it one more time for the 7th and 8th grade band.